What AI got right. Lessons for the rest of the business world. The tech industry hasn't always gotten AI right, but it has learned lessons the rest of the business world would do well to adopt. For companies navigating the disruption of artificial intelligence, experts say the way tech firms approach innovation, risk, and organizational change holds key insights. The most successful tech companies don't just dabble in AI, but integrate it throughout operations, said Tom Davenport, professor of IT and management at Babson College in Wellesley, Massachusetts. That's a theme he explored in All In on AI, how smart companies win big with artificial intelligence. Companies like Google and Microsoft have been very aggressive in their use of AI, he said. To get value from it, you don't want to just tinker around. You have to embed it into various parts of your business and spend a substantial amount of money on it. CEOs need to articulate how AI fits into their company's future, said Amy Webb, CEO of the Future Today Strategy Group, a New York consulting firm specializing in strategic foresight. That means going beyond how it will save money into how it will transform what the company does and what that means for employees. End-to-end ownership of AI deployment is critical. Companies are encouraged to assign product managers to administer the entire life cycle of AI initiatives, Davenport said, recommending that other companies follow suit. Have somebody overseeing the entire process from conception through to implementation and ongoing monitoring. Tech companies have a willingness to experiment on their side. Cultural alignment, Webb notes, is just as important as technological readiness. Transparency, effective communication, and upskilling employees are crucial to alleviating fear and fostering buy-in. And even the best tools can fail without endorsement at the top. Webb recounted a real-life example. One skeptical executive on a leadership team created so much downstream confusion and fear that employees sabotaged AI efforts, fearful that their jobs were at risk. That shows why CEOs must clearly communicate their vision for AI, Webb said. AI isn't just a technical challenge, it's a human challenge. Tech has an edge because its workforce tends to be, well, tech-savvy. A lot of tech companies today have a lot of workers who are more receptive to using technology, so they're experimenting with AI on their own, said Thomas Malone. Patrick J. McGovern Professor of Management at the MIT Sloan School of Management and founding director of the MIT Center for Collective Intelligence. If you're in an old-line company and nobody knows how to spell AI, then it's harder to get them to use it, he joked. Non-tech companies can work to hone their workplace culture by hiring people at multiple levels with an understanding of AI, said Malone, author of Superminds, The Surprising Power of People and Computers Thinking Together. That understanding can also be built from within, since using ChatGPT and other generative AI tools doesn't require programming skills. Lots of people can try lots of things relatively inexpensively that way, and many of them will probably turn out to be useful on a small scale, Malone said. Some of them are likely to turn out to be useful on a very large scale. Another tip from the tech world: protect your AI innovation teams from bureaucracy. Sometimes you want structural protection for AI innovation, often with senior leadership backing, Malone said. Large business units may be too preoccupied with the present to focus on the future. Even if these teams are small, placing them high in the org chart gives them the visibility and support they need to explore bold new ideas. Cultural barriers are real, especially fear of job loss or concerns about proprietary data leaking into public AI systems. But Davenport says there are straightforward solutions, like private cloud deployments, open source models that companies can fully control, or having vendors commit not to reuse your data or prompts. Experts warn against becoming enchanted with the latest flashy tool. The technology changes all the time, Davenport said. Whatever you buy will soon be obsolete. That means leaders should focus on building core capabilities, data, people, strategy that can adapt. To navigate change successfully, leaders need both an experimental and production mindset. Davenport said try new things, and also commit to putting successful pilots into widespread use. Ultimately, the AI era is marked by uncertainty, regulatory, ethical, and even technological. But experts agree, that's no excuse for inaction. This is not the time to throw up our hands and say, the future will be what it is, and we can't influence it in any way, Webb said. Now is the time to do the long-term planning, to challenge our cherished beliefs, and to make better decisions. https://www.tetrapack.com/insights/cases-articles/upgrades-impact-sustainability. https://prousum-cz.xyz/f16e9 for BDD- for E97-9620-0F2196C04C9. https://talkpal.ai/get-started/ai-powered-app. https://morningjoy.com/articles/2025-toyota- for runner-excellence. https://www.cleversteve.com/worldwide/doglick-cp-ta. https://dorothy-5/08/dorothy-hard-working-UK-discover-hard-working-elevated-feminine-designs. https://www.cleversteve.com/worldwide/garter-